Welcome back, everybody. My name is Ben Stone. You're watching canalgratis.com, and today is my second day in Iowa chasing Iowa muskies. Today I am joined by Brian from Angling Anarchy once again, and I also have Matt Vavroch from Matt Vavroch Fishing, and Matt's been so kind enough to let us all crash at his place. So really fun to be out in the boat filming with other people, and like I said, today we have 3 guys that are going to be fishing. We're also putting out a sucker right now, so we have our fair share of opportunities placed in the water, and now the fish just have to cooperate. It's very cold this morning. You can see all the fog rolling off the lake, so it seems fishy. Hopefully things are going to happen. Stick around.
The bait fish will concentrate and they'll shoot up into some of the structure that surrounds the lake, and those fish will oftentimes shoot out of it right after your lures.
That's how you work a Medusa. Fish!
Oh my God! We've been fishing for probably a couple hours now, and it has been dead. We have not seen a fish at all, so kind of a bummer. But then again, we've only fished one area of the lake, and there's plenty of other spots to fish on the lake. And muskies can do weird things, and occasionally they can just come out of nowhere, and maybe we could catch 5 fish in the next hour. Who knows? But hopefully, eventually, we find something that at least gives us something to go off of, or something that gives us more confidence, or maybe we'll catch a fish and have a better idea of what to continue doing the rest of the day. So that's kind of the plan, to continue on here, try to figure something out, and put the grind in musky fishing, as they say.
Fish! Right here.
Hey, dude, we made it happen.
Let's go.
Finally.
I told you that Jason was gonna get eaten.
Wow. I don't even know what to do with myself right now. I'm speechless right now, which doesn't happen too often. But we've been working so hard to catch a muskie, and this is by no means a huge muskie, but it's a special fish because of how hard we've been working for them.
I have to give Ryan the credit on the assist there.
Look at that. Look how small the head is compared to how big that body is. That is a beautiful fish. Look at the colors on it. I hope the camera can do this thing justice, because what a gorgeous little Iowa muskie. Like a mid-30s, grinding all day. All right, well, we're just gonna get this thing back. Things are happening. We just talked to a couple of young fellas out here that are locals. They've seen 6 and caught 2. We're on the board now after not seeing anything, so let's get this fish back in the water and keep grinding.
Well, folks, that is what a muskie looks like. I was beginning to forget. I think we were, all 3 of us, kind of in the process of losing our sanity, because not long ago we ran into some fellow anglers who recognized Brian, shared some info with us, the fact that they had caught 2 fish and seen 6 others in 2 hours, and we have been out here since the sun came up. So that was a little salt in our wounds, but things are looking up. We have the sunset that's going to begin here shortly, and we have something to go on, small rubbers. So I think we're all going to kind of switch our approach now and continue on with what just caught a fish. So I'm going to turn it over to Brian here. I'm going to have him talk about how he was working that bait and what he was doing to get that fish to bite.
I was rocking this little ghost walleye mid-Medusa. I really like this size. Not too big, not too small. So the way I was working the Medusa, just give a little cast out, is just a pump and retrieve. Just kind of snap the lure forward, let it drop a little bit. Now a lot of times the fish will actually hit it on that drop, which is why it is helpful to have a reel like a 500 Tranx that has a high pickup. This is 43 inches per turn of the handle, so that when you are pulling that bait in, you don't want to give it slack line. You want to keep tension on it so you can feel when that fish hits, and that's exactly what happened. I was just reeling back down on it with a tight line, and you could feel that fish thump the bait. Because once you feel that, stick it to him as hard as you can, because the fish's teeth get into that rubber, and if you don't give it a real good hard pull, you're not going to be able to move that rubber and actually drive the hooks into the fish's mouth. So that's how you work a Medusa.
So obviously I'm a Minnesota guy, so the places I fish for muskies are completely a 180 direction change from what I'm seeing and what we've been fishing this weekend. Matt Vavroch that I'm fishing with, he lives down here, so these are like his home waters. He knows a lot more about them. He's kind of putting us on these spots, kind of guiding our way throughout these different lakes. I'm gonna turn it over to him and I'm gonna have him talk about how he's choosing some of these spots and the reasons that we're fishing these spots.
All right, so in the fall, well, pretty much always, a lot of times these reservoir lakes can be a bit of a challenge. And the one that we've been on today has been really good at this time of year because those fish, the bait fish will concentrate and they'll shoot up into some of the structure that surrounds the lake. And as a result of them moving up into that structure, it concentrates the muskies. The muskies, as we know, usually move shallower in the fall following that bait that moves shallow itself. But a lot of times with these lakes, this one in particular, it's really easy to kind of just follow along, watch your side scan, make sure that you're kind of just off of the structure, and those fish will oftentimes shoot out of it right after your lures. It's not super complicated, but you just got to put in your time to get the fish. And it's really not that hard. You do it long enough and one will eventually grab it.
That's a fish.
That's a fish, dude.
Get him.
Yep, she's on. Oh! Oh! Oh my God!
I think I got that.
Oh my God! So I don't even have the words to even. I mean, I'm still trying to comprehend what just happened. We caught another muskie. Okay, first problem. I think I left the clicker on or off on the sucker rod, and that fish was pulling a little bit of drag, and the rod was sort of bent over. So I went and I grabbed it, and the fish is on, no hook set. We got to get the fish in the net. Brian's ready with the net. I'm fighting the fish. I feel it kind of peel off, and I'm thinking, oh no, it's gonna get off, and of course it did, and it was swimming away in that direction. And literally, I was just about to throw my head up, and this fish comes sky high out of the water. I'm all over the place, but we're gonna take a look at this fish, and we're just gonna try to just comprehend what just happened. Oh man, that thing's heavy. I mean, that is just a beautiful fish, nice and healthy, beautiful green colors on him with almost like orange fins. I mean, that's really cool. And I mean, if you look at the size of the body compared to the head, that fish is on the fall feed. Obviously, that fish hit a live bait sucker. Extremely eventful catch. Let's just leave it at that. I'll let the footage speak for itself. So we're gonna get this girl back and hopefully catch more. And again, shout out to Matt Vavroch, who is very gracious to let me and Brian crash at his place, and of course give us a lot of information and join us on today to chase these Iowa muskies. And she shot off. Awesome fish, man.
Dude,
thank you so much for letting us stay here and just filling us in on the program here.
No problem, dude.
I'm from Minnesota. This is all very unique to me. That is the first muskie I've caught out of Minnesota, and it's just been really cool to be down here with both Brian and Matt here and just get filled in on something that I'm just not used to. So you guys are learning with me. It's been a slow day to start, but in the end, a pretty memorable day. So let's get back at it.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
First off, I just want to stress, throughout the entire day, we were stressing about how tough things were and how bad we were struggling. And like that, we have two fish in the boat today. Fall is window oriented. Your windows are short, and when you're in your windows, you want to prioritize your time. So we're going to waste no time to get back to casting. But my point here is muskie fishing requires lots of time and effort, and things don't always happen immediately. And in our case, we were rewarded for our efforts, and we were already having a great time on the water. But this just upped the ante. I mean, it's just been an awesome day.
Valid point.
Like, well, what? Do it in the spring.
Oh, he missed it. Oh my God, he missed it. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Well, lighting could be better. Matt sort of disappeared into the void back there, but
Still here.
awesome day on the water. We put in our fair share of effort, of course, and we were rewarded with 2 awesome fish, one of which miraculously ended up in the net. So we've gotten a bunch of cool footage. Matt just had a blow up on a Weagle walk the dog top water, and we're just dying to get back and view all of this footage. It was such a memorable day on the water. I had a blast. I don't get to fish with other people that often, so being able to come out here with these guys, of course, Matt was so kind to let us stay at his place, and of course Brian had the boat, and they both have YouTube channels. Brian's with Angling Anarchy, Matt's with Matt Vavroch Fishing, which I'll have both linked in the description. They put out great musky videos, so I highly recommend that you guys check them out. And just overall, a very, very awesome, fun, memorable day on the water. I hope you guys enjoyed watching as well, and I will see you next week. Well, howdy. Are you after more fishing content to watch? Then I suggest you head right here and check out my friend Lau in the Netherlands. He did a video where he went through his top 5 fall pike fishing lures. There was some great insight in that video, so I highly recommend you watch that. On top of that, Lau has caught some amazing pike this year, and there are plenty of awesome videos on his channel. So head right here, check it out. Thanks for watching. See you next week.